Upstream Elementary.
Module 1. Moments in life.
Let's look at the jobs people do. This is Jim. He's a shop assistant.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'm a shop assistant in a music shop.
He serves customers. At the moment, he's talking to a customer. This is Richard. He's a mechanic.
Hi, my name's Richard and I'm a mechanic.
He repairs cars. At the moment, he's checking an engine. This is Scott. He's a carpenter.
Hello, I'm Scott, and I'm a carpenter.
He makes furniture. At the moment, he's talking on the phone.
Okay, mate. Thanks, bye.
Let's meet those people again. This is Jim. He's a shop assistant. He serves customers. At the moment, he's talking to a customer. This is Richard. He's a mechanic. He repairs cars. At the moment, he's checking an engine. This is Scott. He's a carpenter. He makes furniture. At the moment, he's talking on the phone.
Pretend to be somebody.
Lynn is a teacher. She works in a school.
When I hold up my ruler, I'm pretending to be that person.
She starts work at 9 in the morning and teaches until 4 in the afternoon. After work, she goes home and marks her pupils' work. She likes going to restaurants for a meal with friends. And this is Joanne. She's a writer. She starts work at 8 in the morning. In the afternoon, she works until 5. In the evenings, she likes watching television.
What people like doing.
This is Richie. He likes surfing. But he hates falling in the water. This is Bruce. He likes singing with his friends. But he can't stand singing out of tune. This is Tom and Jack. They like playing golf. But they don't like playing on rough grass. Your turn. This is Richie. He likes surfing. But he hates falling in the water. This is Bruce. He likes singing with his friends. But he can't stand singing out of tune.
Bruce, no, what are you doing? That sounds awful. You're fired, Bruce. Get out of our group. Go. Singing group. Go.
This is Tom and Jack. They like playing golf. But they don't like playing on rough grass.
All right.
Neil's News Clips.
Hi there, I'm Neil Norman, and this is Neil's News Clips. We're here in beautiful Crescent Lake Park, Florida, asking people two very important questions. What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning, and what's the last thing you do before you go to bed at night? What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
I walk to the kitchen and make coffee.
And what's the last thing you do before you go to bed at night?
Brush my teeth.
It's always a good thing to do. Thank you very much. What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
Well, I have orange juice to wake me up.
And what's the last thing you do before you go to bed at night?
I usually check my email.
Internet girl. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
Well, I have breakfast.
And what's the last thing you do before you go to bed at night?
Before I go to bed, I watch TV.
Not too much, I hope.
Too much.
Thank you very much. What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
I usually put on some slippers and brush my teeth.
Okay, and what's the last thing you do before you go to bed at night?
I read a book and then I turn off the light.
Sounds nice. Thank you very much.
What was it like to live in England more than 400 years ago? It was the time of the first Queen Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth I. Life in England 400 years ago was very different from life today. Let's have a look. People travelled on foot or by horse. Women wore long dresses and men wore tunics. People cooked their food on real fires. The air was pure and the rivers were clean. So what's it like in England today? People travel by car. Women wear jeans and men wear jackets. There's air pollution and the rivers are dirty. What's different between life today and life in the past? In the past, people travelled on foot or by horse. Now people travel by car. In the past, women wore long dresses. Now women wear jeans. In the past, the air was pure and the rivers were clean. Now there is air pollution and the rivers are dirty. But which is best, now or then? Talking on the phone.
How was your birthday? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was great.
Where did you go?
Went to a restaurant with some friends.
Did you do anything else?
Yeah, after the meal we went to a club. It was fantastic.
Module 2. In a world of our own.
And now, back to Rich, who's taking a ride around a theme park.
Hi and welcome to Pleasurewood Hills. It's a huge theme park with loads of great rides. Let me show you around. There's a train which takes you round the park. You can race go-karts on a track. And this is a water ride, where you can get very wet. But there's more than just rides. Woody Bear is the theme park mascot. And you can have your photograph taken with him. Now hold on tight. This is high. Wow! This is fun! Wow, that was great fun. But I'm hungry. Let's go and find out what there is to eat. There's plenty of places to buy food and drink. I'm eating a burger, some chips, and I've got a Coke to drink. Well, I've had some food, I've had a go on the ride. In actual fact, I've had a great time at Pleasurewood Hills. But before I go, I'm going to go and ask some of the other visitors about the things that they've done. Have you ever seen a tiger?
Yes.
And what was it like?
Very stripy, furry and cuddly.
And have you ever flown in a plane?
Yes.
What was that like?
Very exciting.
And have you ever eaten a mango?
No, I've never eaten a mango.
Have you ever flown in a plane?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Noisy.
And have you ever eaten a mango?
No.
Have you ever seen a tiger?
Yes, I have seen a tiger.
And what was that like?
Very sleek, beautiful.
And have you ever eaten a mango?
Yes, I have eaten a mango.
And what was that like?
Very juicy and very sweet, delicious.
Have you ever seen a tiger?
I have.
And what was that like?
Pretty fearsome.
And have you ever flown in a plane?
I have.
What was that like?
Pretty nerve-wracking.
And have you ever eaten a mango?
No, I've never eaten a mango.
Well, there we are. Mangoes, tigers and planes all in one go. But for now, from me, Rich Robinson, it's back to the studio.
In Britain, there are times in the year when people make special food to celebrate the day. Let's have a look at some of Britain's special food. Every year, on your birthday, you have a special cake. It's called a birthday cake and has candles on the top. On bonfire nights in November, people let off fireworks, light big fires in their gardens and eat special potatoes. On Shrove Tuesday in February, people make special pancakes with egg, flour and milk and add lots of sugar and lemon juice to give them flavour. But my favourite special occasion food is a summer barbecue. Long summer nights, friends to talk to and cooking on an open fire. Lovely. Looking for a great summer holiday? Take our fabulous 7-day heritage tour, starting August the 1st. We'll take you all over England to meet up with England's amazing history. Day 1, we take you to Stratford-upon-Avon, the town where England's most famous playwright, William Shakespeare, lived. You'll have 2 full days to explore Elizabethan Stratford-upon-Avon and all its sights, before we take you to a real medieval castle. Yes, the next stop is Dover. 2 days in glorious Dover. See the castle where Henry VIII stayed, with its terrific exhibitions, great views across the harbour. And finally, we'll take you to a very special historical weekend at Kirby Hall, where hundreds of historical reenactors will stage battles and events in full costume for you to watch. Everything from Romans to Normans, just like people used to live in the past, plus a chance to wander around their encampments. Great hotels, great travel and England's amazing history all in one fabulous week. Tour leaves on the 1st of August. Don't miss it! Talking on the phone.
Hello, Brian. It's Mike.
Hi, Mike. God, I haven't heard from you for ages.
Yeah, that's right. How's it going, Brian?
Great. I got married.
Really? Congratulations.
Thanks very much. Are you still living in Brighton?
No, I moved to London 2 months ago. So when did you get married?
Oh, last year. I met my wife at a party and we got married a few months later. Are you still at university?
No, I finished in June. I'm working in London now.
Oh, good for you. Listen, we'll have to have dinner sometime.
Sure, I'd like that. Call any time.
OK, I will.
Talk to you later then.
OK, bye.
Bye.
Now, in the US, people are very fond of their pets. Some people keep cats, some people keep rabbits, other people even keep snakes as pets. Let's go meet some people and find out if they have pets and what those pets are like. Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do. I have a cat and 2 dogs.
And what's your cat's name?
My cat's name is actually just Kitty.
And can you describe Kitty for me?
Yes, she's a very thin cat because she lives outside and she lives on the roof also because the dogs don't like her. So she has to run away all the time and we just kind of throw food on the roof and she eats that.
Thank you very much. Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do. I have a dog.
And what's your dog's name?
Sparkles.
And can you describe Sparkles for me?
She's a miniature schnauzer, and she's small, and she's gray with a black stripe down her back, and she's got like a beard and eyebrows.
Sounds very nice. Thank you very much. Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do. I have a dog.
And what's your dog's name?
Midnight.
Midnight. Can you describe him for me?
Well, he's little and black and skinny, not a fat dog, and there's a kind of dog called the Skipper Key, so his tail's been cut off, so he has no tail.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Yeah. Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do. I have a bearded dragon.
And what's your bearded dragon's name?
His name is Sam.
And can you describe Sam for me?
Yes, I can. He is about 1 foot long, he has little beady eyes, and he has scales and points all around his neck.
Very neat. Thank you very much. Do you have a pet?
Yes, I have 2 turtles.
And what are your turtles' names?
Oscar and Little Guy.
Okay, and can you describe them for me?
Yes, they are regular-sized turtles and they're green.
Well, there's some pets. Now let's take a look at a few more animals.
Animals. This is a bear. Bears are mammals. Bears have thick fur and sharp claws. This is a goose. Geese are birds. Geese have white feathers and a strong beak. This is a rabbit. Rabbits are mammals. They have big ears. This is a peacock. Peacocks are exotic birds. They have colorful feathers. This is a donkey. Donkeys are farm animals. They are very strong.
Okay, we've seen a few animals. Now let's put them into our animal quiz. Your turn.
This is a bear. Bears have sharp claws. This is a goose. Geese have white feathers and a strong beak. This is a rabbit. Rabbits are mammals. This is a peacock. Peacocks are exotic birds. This is a donkey. Donkeys are farm animals. They are very strong.
There are many ways to travel. Some people travel by road, others travel by rail, and some even travel by boat. But if you're going a long way, the quickest way to get there is by plane. So, how do you take a plane? First, get yourself to the airport. Then, check in your bags and you'll be given a seat on the plane. Then you wait for your flight to be called. Get on the plane and off you go. Unless, like me, you're scared of flying, that is.
He'll be back later in the programme. But now, with a report of some unusually cold weather for this time of year, here's our weather reporter, Lindsay Farlow. What's the weather for tomorrow, Lindsay?
Well, it'll be a frosty start in most parts of the country, but by late morning the frost will go and it'll be sunny and dry. Temperatures will range from -1 in the morning to 14 by the afternoon. Later in the day, westerly winds will pick up and it will feel quite cold. And the summary, a frosty start, lows of -1, highs of 14, westerly winds, force 4. Back to you.
Thanks, Lindsay. I must remember to wear some warm clothes tomorrow morning.
Module 3. For Dear Life.
Expect the unexpected.
Most of us never think that anything bad will ever happen to us, but the truth is that thousands of people do call the fire brigade every day. So knowing what to do in the case of a fire could save your life and the lives of others. Rule number 1, be prepared. Don't wait for an accident or emergency to happen before you start thinking about it. Look around the place where you work or go to school and note the location of fire extinguishers and fire escapes. Some buildings have notices which tell you where to go if there's a fire. These safe places are called muster stations. You need to read them carefully so that you know where your muster station is. And always keep a battery-operated torch near you so that you can find your way if the lights go out. Rule number 2, stay cool. If a fire does break out, the most important thing to remember is to keep your wits about you. Whatever happens, don't panic. Stay calm to help yourself and others. Rule number 3, have respect for the fire. If you're certain that the fire is small, use your nearest fire extinguisher to put it out. If you have any doubts about the size of the fire, leave the building and go directly to your muster station. Call 999 immediately. Speak calmly and clearly so that you give the operator the correct information. Rule number 4, learn something. Think about what caused the fire so that you can prevent it from ever happening again. And the most important of all these rules is the first one. Make sure you know enough about fires so that a real out-of-control fire never actually happens.
Let's see how much you remember. Why do you need to read the fire safety notices? To know where your muster station is. Why do you need a torch? To find your way if the lights go out. Why do you need to speak calmly to the operator? To give them the correct information.
But apart from fires, there are all sorts of minor accidents that happen every day. When a traffic accident happens, the police talk to the eyewitnesses and take statements. Have a look at this.
Reporting an accident.
Right then, sir. Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. The blue car was coming down this road and the cyclist pulled out of this side path here straight into the path of the oncoming car.
Okay, do you think the car was speeding?
No, I don't think it was, but to avoid it he had to swerve onto the other side of the road into the path of the oncoming bus.
Okay, what happened then?
Well, to avoid the bus he had to swerve and he smashed straight into that pole.
Okay, I think that's all we need for now. I'll just tell your name and address for the record.
Yeah, it's Gary Stevenson, 16 Bridge Street, Clevedon.
Okay, thanks very much. Thanks for your cooperation.
You're welcome.
Hi, it's Bob here, and today we're asking people how they feel. Hi, my name's Bob. How do you feel today?
I've got a toothache.
You shouldn't eat too many sweets. Hi, my name's Bob. How do you feel today?
I've got a cough.
You must take some medicine.
Bob's asking people how they feel.
Hi, my name's Bob. How do you feel today?
I've got a headache.
Oh, you shouldn't get so tired. Hi, my name's Bob. How do you feel today?
I've got a temperature.
You know, you must take an aspirin. Hi, my name's Bob. How do you feel today?
I've got a cold.
You should stay in bed.
Rich goes missing. One day, Rich was driving to the studios to film a report when he heard a funny noise coming from his engine. The car spluttered, jumped, and came to a stop. He tried to start the engine again, but it wasn't working. He tried to ring the studio on his phone, but that wasn't working either. He had no choice, so he decided to walk. He was thinking about which way to go when he realized he was completely lost. Rich was tired, so he lay down to rest, and soon he fell asleep. He was sleeping peacefully when he suddenly heard a voice. "Rich! Rich! Wake up! Time to film your report!" You're right, it was all a dream. Rich wasn't lost. He was at the studio, and his car was safely parked in the car park. Yes, it's Auntie Janet's Advice Show. Write in with your problems and our very own Auntie Janet will give you tip-top advice on what to do.
Letters, letters, we get lots and lots of letters, letters, we get lots and lots and lots of letters. Dear Auntie Janet, I worry about a lot of things. First, I'm a little overweight. Second, I haven't got many friends. Third, I'm a bit lonely. What should I do?
Well, Rich, your problems aren't as serious as they seem. If you want to lose weight, you should try eating healthier food. You should eat more fruit and vegetables. You should avoid sweets and fatty foods. Now, about your friends. Well, you should try to think about why you don't have any friends. Is it the clothes? Is it the things you say to people? Perhaps you ask too many questions. The best thing you can do is to change your job. I hope that helps. Bye.
But I love my job.
You're taking an exam tomorrow morning. What's the best way to prepare? Have a look at this.
Hi, how's it going? What time's the exam tomorrow?
10 o'clock, and I've got to study hard. There's a lot to remember.
You know, you shouldn't study the night before an exam.
Really?
Yes, they say it's much better to get a night's sleep.
Well, I was going to go out to the cafe a bit later.
You shouldn't really go out. Why don't you watch some TV and get to bed early?
What, go to bed early? I've got so much to remember.
You know, if I were you, I wouldn't worry so much.
Module 4. Go for it.
In Britain today, when people want to buy clothes, they sometimes go to the shops to buy what they want. But lots and lots of people buy their new clothes from a catalogue. Like Sarah here, they look through the catalogue, choose what they want, and then order by telephone and pay by credit card. This is the Next catalogue. There's a new Next catalogue twice a year. One in the spring for summer clothes, and one in the autumn for winter clothes. Let's have a look at some of the clothes for summer. He's wearing a cotton shirt. She's wearing a woolen jumper. He's wearing blue shorts. He's wearing a suit with a woolen jacket and woolen trousers. And Sarah is wearing a red jumper with blue jeans, which she bought from the Next catalogue. Let's have another look at some of the clothes in the Next catalogue. He's wearing a cotton shirt. She's wearing a woolen jumper. He's wearing blue shorts. He's wearing a suit with a woolen jacket and woolen trousers. And Sarah is wearing a red jumper with blue jeans.
Hello, I'd like to book a table for 2 for Friday night, please.
Friday night? Let me check our reservations, please. Right, was that a table for 4?
For 2.
Oh yes, right, you're in luck. There's a table available at 8:30.
8:30, you say?
Yes, that's right, sir.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Can I have your name, please?
Rich Robinson.
Is that Robinson?
Yes, that's right.
Fine, Mr. Robinson. We'll be expecting you at 8:30 on Friday.
Oh, thanks very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And are you ready to order, sir and madam?
Yes, we are. We'd like to start with the lentil soup, please.
No problem. And what would you like for main course?
I'd like the roast chicken, please.
And I'll have the grilled haddock.
Excellent choice. And would you like something to drink?
Yes, I'd like a glass of mineral water, please.
And I'll have a glass of tonic, please.
Certainly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What sort of person are you? I'm reliable and hardworking, but I'm also adventurous. I like to travel, but I can never make up my mind where I want to go or what I want to do. Unlike these people. Are you looking for a new hobby? If you are adventurous and daring, why not try climbing? You'll love the sense of achievement you feel when you reach the top. If you are a sensitive and creative person, perhaps you should express it on the canvas. Painting will make the perfect hobby for you. Are you graceful and energetic? Well, try ice skating. Or maybe you like a mental challenge. For the more quiet and intelligent person, there's nothing like a good game of chess.
So, about this Saturday, what would you like to do?
How about we go to the sports centre, then to a cinema afterwards?
I'm not sure about that. How about just shopping in the afternoon, then straight to cinema in the evening?
Okay, do you want to come back to my house to get something to eat after shopping before we go out again?
Yeah, that would be great. Shopping, something to eat, then straight to the cinema.
Great.
Module 5. Incredible but true.
Hi, it's Rich here, reporting from central London. I'm standing on the banks of the River Thames, near a famous landmark, the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. So, let's find out more about Big Ben. Big Ben is the name of the biggest bell in this clock tower. The tower itself was designed by Edmund Beckett. The clock is famous for its accuracy. It always tells the right time. Big Ben, the biggest bell in the tower, weighs 13 tons and is named after Sir Benjamin Hall, who was the Commissioner for Works when the bell was put in the tower. Let's take a look at some other famous landmarks in the centre of London. This is Trafalgar Square. And this is Nelson's Column. Right at the top is the statue of a famous sailor, Lord Nelson. The column is 55 metres high and it's made of stone. This is the London Eye. It takes about 30 minutes to go all the way around. From the top, you can see for miles. It's made of steel and glass. And this is the Globe Theatre. It's built just like a theatre would have been 400 years ago. It's a tourist attraction, but they also perform plays at the Globe Theatre. It's made of wood. So there you are, some famous landmarks in the centre of London.
Here's a London quiz for you. What's this famous landmark? It's the Globe Theatre. And what's it made of? It's made of wood. What's this landmark? It's Nelson's Column. What's it made of? It's made of stone. What's this? It's the London Eye. What's it made of? It's made of steel and glass.
Very few people believe the witnesses who say they've actually seen something strange up there in the sky. So do you believe in UFOs? The people of Tunstall in southeast England do. Lindsay Farlow finds out why.
We are not alone.
I'm in Tunstall investigating a very strange incident that took place here 4 years ago.
This is the story of the night Tunstall Village was invaded by aliens from outer space. Well, that's what some people say.
It was a quiet summer's evening, like most evenings in this peaceful village in the countryside. Some people had gone to bed and were asleep. Others were sitting in their garden, enjoying the clear, starry sky and the warm summer's evening. Witnesses say around 11 o'clock a very bright light the size of a small house appeared above the trees here in Tunstall Forest. The light hovered for several minutes, then disappeared at high speed.
Eyewitnesses are convinced they saw a spacecraft from another planet.
I was taking the dog out for his evening walk, and we'd been out for about 20 minutes when we started to head home, and he started barking like mad. And well, I told him to be quiet because it was late, but he wouldn't listen to me, and I thought that was unusual because he's usually so well behaved. So anyway, I looked up into the sky and there was this very bright light. And well, it wasn't a plane because it was just hovering as opposed to zooming across the sky, and it wasn't a helicopter because it wasn't making any noise. So my first thought was to call the police. So I was reaching for my mobile phone when I looked up and it had just disappeared, zooming into the distance at a great speed.
This is how the local newspapers reported the incident. The people of Tunstall have no doubt that what they saw that night came from space. But there are other explanations.
Bright lights in the sky are often seen on summer nights when there are electrical storms in the atmosphere. And scientists say that in certain conditions, light from the moon and the stars can make a low-lying cloud seem like a solid object.
I'm sure it wasn't a cloud. It was definitely not a cloud. It was metallic. You could see the metal shining on it. It was this amazing metallic light. I've never seen anything like it. It just hovered there for a few minutes and then just disappeared, just shot off at incredible speed. Gone. It had to be a UFO. It couldn't be anything else.
Now I've heard all the evidence, it's quite clear that there was something unusual in the skies above Tunstall Forest that summer evening. But what exactly it was is still a mystery.
Well, there you are. Whether you believe in them or not, some very strange things sometimes happen all around us. Take a look at this.
It's a Luke Palmer Street Survey.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Generally speaking, I do not believe in them, no.
So you've never seen a UFO?
I thought I saw one about 2 years ago, but it turned out to be a large cloud.
Do you believe in UFOs?
No, I don't. No, I've never seen one, and I think seeing is believing.
So when people say they have seen a UFO, what do you think they're actually seeing?
Perhaps aeroplanes or stars, shooting stars, that kind of thing. So, no, I don't believe in UFOs.
Spooky. The things people believed. In the time of Queen Elizabeth I, more than 400 years ago, many people believed in fairies. People thought that fairies were invisible spirits. Sometimes they let humans see them. Here's some of the things people believed fairies did. They believed that fairies changed the weather. They believed that fairies made travellers lose their way. And they believed that fairies knocked over household objects.
Many years ago, when I was very young, and there was lots of magic around, I went out for a walk in the wood, and this is what I found. On a stone by a stream in the heart of the wood, danced a beautiful shining light. Dancing there on a stone in the wood, a truly wonderful sight. I looked at the light and soon I saw it was a fairy with golden wings. She spoke to me right there in the wood and told me magical things. I believed in fairies right there and then, and I knew that they were good. And I knew that I could never forget my magical walk in the wood.
What's the strangest thing that ever happened to you?
The strangest thing that ever happened to me was I once saw a ghost in a church.
And how did that make you feel?
Very scared.
What was the strangest thing that ever happened to you?
The strangest thing that ever happened to me is I went on holiday and met someone with the same name as me.
And how did you feel?
Felt really weird.
What was the strangest thing that ever happened to you?
The strangest thing that ever happened to me was I went to a party and I found someone who was born on the same day as me.
And how did that make you feel?
I was very surprised.
Strange things do happen to some people, but nothing strange has ever happened to me. This is Rich Robinson on an ordinary day in Cambridge.
Do you know that parts of the world's coastline are being lost as sea levels around the world rise? Some people say that rising sea levels are because of the changes people like you and me are causing in the world's climate. Some scientists say we're putting too many pollutants into the air from the cars we drive and from the oil we burn. These scientists say that the pollutants are warming the world's climate, melting the ice in the Arctic and the Antarctic. The ice is turning to water and the sea levels are rising. If those scientists are right, then all of us should be worried.
Hi, today I'm in the Aldabra tortoise habitat asking people questions about the environment. These are the questions I'm asking them. Are you worried about the environment? What worries you most? And what do you think we can do about it? Are you worried about the environment?
Absolutely. If we don't save it, we'll lose it.
And what worries you most?
The lack of education about the problems in the environment.
Okay, and what do you think we can do about it?
If we educate people about what they can do to help to save the environment.
Are you worried about the environment?
Oh, absolutely. At SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, we have one of the largest collections of animals throughout the world. So naturally, we have to take a responsibility in the environment around us.
And what worries you the most?
Personally, it would be habitat loss. I grew up here in Florida in the United States Gulf Coast, and when I was young, I got to see all the birds and fish and fauna throughout there. Now, decades later, it's gone. So me personally, I want to see it come back throughout the world as well as my own backyard.
Okay, and what do you think we can do about it?
The easiest thing to do is to educate. Here at Busch Gardens, we have our keepers out right by the animals. We have up-close animal encounters so people can learn and enjoy and love these animals and see what they can do to help out in their own backyards.
Are you worried about the environment? Well, it looks like you have everything under control here. Thank you. Are you worried about the environment?
Oh, most definitely. Here at Busch Gardens Tampa, as an educator, it's very important to me that the people around here understand how connected the natural world is.
And what worries you the most?
That would probably have to be habitat destruction. Not only do we lose a lot of different species when we destroy their homes, but we're also losing a lot of vital natural resources, such as trees or plants that could provide medicine, also like streams and rivers that could provide us with fresh drinking water.
And what do you think we can do about it?
It all starts with education. Here at the park, we do a lot of interactive, very fun animal encounters, such as our tours. So we invite guests to have kind of more connection with the animals. And hopefully that'll encourage them to not only want to save these species, but also to save their natural habitats in the wild.
Are you worried about the environment?
Absolutely. My job here at Busch Gardens is to make sure that the kids that come and stay with us for a week learn about the wild places and the habitats in which the animals live.
And what worries you the most?
What worries me the most is just making sure that they realize and they can get an appreciation so that they can take that back into their communities and educate their friends and their family.
Okay, and what do you think we can do about it?
I think that we can just continue to educate and work together as people so that we can make sure that we make a difference.
Okay, you're doing a great job here. Thank you very much. Well, there you go. Opinions about the environment from people here at the Aldabra Tortoise Habitat.